Welcome back, baby dolls. It's over, isn't it? Nah, it's not over, friends. It is a poopy time out there in the crypto markets. Welcoming you back to crypto's juiciest news. We're looking at a Bitcoin touching around 77,000 American dollars. This is the weekly chart right now. The green weekly super trend is still green. Okay, friends. So that's all I've been going off. And that's actually what's happened in the past. There are some naughty people there. You should know this, friends. We've gone through this thousands of times, man. If you go back to 2017, in 2017, look at this. It came back, poked under. Was it over? No. It came back, poked under. Was it over? No. Was it over? No. 3 times. What about up here? 4. Look here, it came close again. 5. That's 5 times. And then finally on the 6th one, it was actually over. But on the 6th one here, this was the massive alt season wave number 2. So I've just shown you, right, in 2017, there were 5 fake outs, pretty much 5, right? Even if you go to 2021 cycle, look at this. If you say, okay, well, it's going to flip red. Well, look when it flipped red. You had others BTC rallying up here, okay? And then it flipped red, China, with the banning of Bitcoin, and then you still had like complacency rally after. So, I mean, like we can go back and back as well. That's the past 2 cycles. If you want to go and have a look at 2017, 2017 here, right? There was alt season wave 1 here, okay? XRP gets listed, alt season wave 1. Yes, it comes back down. It closes red, but it actually just goes up only after that point. And then at the end of 2013, we have alt season wave 2. So now you've seen it, right, friends? You've seen 3 out of 3 times. That's what's happened before. And SuperTrend, it's just 3 times the ATR. That's it, which is the average range. Okay? So this is where we are in our cycle. Look at this, okay? We had a close call here, Japan's Pokemon Island last year. And this is where we are again. Trump tariff cuts. So that's where we are right now. Look, I don't know if it's going to hold. I don't know. I'm just saying I'm still holding. Now, the Bitcoin monthly candle is red, as we've been covering before, friends. It's red. This is garbage. In a bull market, before the things even started, we've never had 2 red months in a row, ever. Is this time going to be different? Bitcoin by the end of March has to finish above 84,200. Interesting as well, I think around 85, there is a CME gap, which we'll go through as well. So I wonder if we'll finish around there by the end of this month. Now, before we even go on to the general news and stuff, this is others BTC. It's still around down here, friends. Still around. Nothing else to report. Pretty much everything's been walking down with Bitcoin, which has been walking down with the stock market. Now, sprinkles, if you look at my emojis, friends, we've actually got a world first. We've actually got a world first. So if you notice, Bitcoin has the blood emoji, okay, on its capitulations. But Ethereum has been changed to a tulip flower. Now, why is the tulip flower there? Obviously, it's not just tulips to tulip mania, but, okay, because Ethereum is at $1,800. That is garbage. Wow, that is trash. Okay. Ethereum, friends, I explain here. Ethereum has been dead for so long, the worms now ate the coffin emoji. And even its bones. That's right. They are bone-eating worms, my friends. So a new layer of geographic soil has sprouted flowers on top, erasing it from history. There we go. Ethereum gone. Okay, I tried. How many coffin emojis was I dropping on this thing? So hopefully the tulips now is the new coffin emoji. It's gone a step below dead. You know, your soul's gone. Like now you're not just gone, you're actually forgotten. Oh, man. Now, the ETH BTC chart is also still garbage. Still hanging around here, 0.023. Is this the double test? Whatever. No one cares at this point. No, honestly, we're apathetic. Like, it's game over. It feels like it's game over. And it's not really game over, but it's just like, you're at $1,800. Like, you're literally down after 4 years. You have the DeFi. You have the stable coins. You have everything. Still goes down. You're meant to be a utility token. Welcome to markets, my friends. Welcome to markets. Scams will pump hard, and then legit stuff that you think is legit can go abysmally trash. That's just the game of market cycles. Mark my words, there will be a time It happens to Bitcoin too. It will happen. It happens to everything. If you sit in something long enough, it will eventually come for you. Now, Ethereum on a weekly SuperTrend has flipped red. This is trash. But something I've noticed, right? When it comes to the SuperTrend, friends, it's best just to look at Bitcoin because the altcoins are so volatile and they can be manipulated so thin that it's hard to really get a nice, clean read on them. So Bitcoin's the spear, and that's what we go off. Now, friends, what's actually been happening, right? So the Bitcoin CME gap has now officially closed. It was 77,800. And for new people over there, what is it? The CME gap, right? The CME doesn't trade on weekends. Traditionally, weekend trading is thin volume because the big players pull their liquidity. And so if you're playing on a weekend, you're usually a weak hand. That's usually what it means, okay? So the prices it trades on a weekend, it has to usually close the gap. It doesn't have to, but it does 90% plus of the scenarios. And it doesn't have to close it straight away. In 2021, we saw gaps at like 17,000 and 15,000 BTC price. It took like one and a half years to come back and close the gap. So this is it now, friends. We had the official CME gap. Look at this. See this line? This is exactly where it was. It actually closed the gap and now it's come back up. The next gap is 84,700 bucks, almost 85K. So around here. Now, what are we going to do from here? Obviously, no one knows. Everyone's guessing. Everyone's saying it's over, which is one of my good bull market indicators that it's not over because literally everyone's saying it's over. And I know, friends, it's not easy to sit here and say, look, bull markets end on euphoria, man. No one was euphoric. A Bitcoin dominance at 60% plus of Michael Saylor turbo buying Bitcoin on leverage and no altcoin moving. That's not euphoria, anywhere near euphoria. But, you know, it's not easy just to know it because it doesn't fast forward time. It doesn't make your feelings go away. It's just like you sit here every day and you say, okay, am I going to jeet? I'm not going to jeet. I'm still holding. That's me. You are free to jeet at any time. I made friends, even in December last year, a few months ago, I said, technically, you're meant to be selling every week this year. If you believe the 4-year cycle is going to play out, I made like 5 videos in a week. And I said, you should be technically taking profit. Okay, you should just start selling everything. If you're playing the 4-year cycle and doing that, okay? So, and I said in those videos, do not complain to me that you didn't sell anything at any time. Okay, it's okay to complain to yourself. Don't come whinge to me about it. Okay, if you try to blame me, you'll get muted for 580 days. You'll get unmuted at the end of the next bear market. I've told everyone thousands of times to do that. You can't follow anyone, friends. You have to follow yourself because people want to put the blame on everyone else. That's what it comes down to. If they sell too early, they feel like you robbed them because they got out. And then if you sell too late, then they feel like also you robbed them. So it's just, you have to let the market figure itself out. And people who don't understand this, you can go join the comment section in any of the other big 500K plus followers on YouTube because the rest of us, we understand the game. Okay, it's still green on the weekly SuperTrend. I didn't see a $1 billion plus public ICO raise. There's a lot of people saying that it's over, and that's good enough for me to keep holding. Also interesting, right? The Bitcoin CME gap, right? Everyone's calling for 65K to 75K. That's all, but everyone's always calling for lower. At Bitcoin 100K, everyone was saying 150. Okay, now we're down to 79K, 77K. Everyone goes, oh, we're going to 65. So it doesn't tell you anything, right? It doesn't tell you anything about the future. It's just interesting though how much pain can be seen. Now, friends, this is interesting, right? The Spanish bank BBVA, so Big Bobby's Vagina and Anus, has received approval to offer Bitcoin and Ethereum trading. This is a Espanol bank. So shout out to all my Espanol baby dolls out there. Amazing, because I have been talking about this for months. I've been saying, in America, I won't be surprised if the reason why Trump is buying Ethereum is that the first granted access to banks is going to enable customers to buy Bitcoin and Ethereum. Those two. I wouldn't be surprised if that's it. Where you can actually trade using your bank account. And obviously you pay an exorbitant fee. But yeah, that'll be wild. Imagine they let that happen. And then it'll go too far, hopefully. A lot of people do leverage. And then they lose money and they sell, and then they're going to have to walk back the laws in the next bear market, and they have to make it tighter, and they're like, oh crap, we can't actually let people do this stuff because it's really volatile and it leaves a bad taste in their mouth. Then you have to put the laws back in. But you know what? They know that. They got to get everybody in first. You can't just start with high regulation. Like if you're going to have a country, you can't put like a 50% tax rate at the beginning. You do what Dubai did. You put 0% at the start to get everybody in, and then you toggle it as time goes on. Now, friends, let's play some cute, groovy music. Michael Saylor. Okay. Michael Saylor to raise $21 billion to buy more Bitcoin, raise his purchase price more, and almost make him barely profitable. So this is wild, man. I'll actually show you right now. You can go to SaylorTracker.com. Man, this is, I can't believe this, dude. He's only 20% in profit now. 20%. Okay. His first purchase was at 10K. Right here. He bought at 10K. So if he just left that, his P&L would be that he's up, 900%, which is a 10x. And he would be up 2.5 billion. That first purchase, that first little $250 million purchase. Look at it now. He's on side 6.6 billion. That's wild. So think about it. 250 million. That first clip is 1/3 of his entire gains right now. And he's invested. Oh my gosh. He has put in how much? He's put in 33 billion. But that's wild, man. He's put in 33 billion. So the first $250 million is 1/3 of his entire profit so far. Oh, man. Now you can see why his average price is going to go up. Now, he just, remember, he did 16 billion up here, up in this square, and he did 16 billion for this whole period of time. That's about 32 billion. So he's going to get another 21 billion. So his average price is around 67K. Man, it's going to be raising up hard. It's going to become like 73, 74,000. Man, that's going to be, depending where he buys, right? If he buys even higher. Oh, man, that's wild. So I think it's going to happen, right? Remember, I've said one of my dangerous bull market signals will be when Saylor's price average crosses above 100K. When he crosses above 100K, that to me is like, oh, that's a bear market target. And we're going to break below it. Okay. And by the way, we did that in 2021. We did that. His average price became, I believe, $28,000. We went down. He went like 40 or 50% offside. So I don't think it's going to happen. Actually, you never know, friends. Like all the money comes in. Look at he's raising 21 billion now. 21 billion to buy Bitcoin at 80 to 100K. Yeah, what's going to happen if Bitcoin gets to 180,000, 200,000? He's going to be telling everyone, dude, it's going to 13 million. You're way early. He might be collecting like $50 billion up there to buy. And he's just going to drag his whole thing up. Man, that's wild. And look, I don't think there's going to be like a straight liquidation or anything, but there's going to be some. Like, we know, come on, bro. It's a piece of paper. It's a piece of paper, bro. We know it's leverage. Don't give me this Fugazi stuff. No, it's not leverage. It's a convertible debt. Blah, 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 blah. Whenever they say that, friends, I'm just remembering Uncle Peter Schiff told me every single story for the past 60 years he's been alive of all these big giga brains doing giga leverage and telling everyone else it ain't leverage and you don't get it. No. This is not leverage. This is a nipple tweaking ritual. No. Don't put my nipple tweaking ritual in the same category as leverage. Okay, these are my nipples. If I was tweaking someone else's nipples, that's leverage. Just like you're borrowing someone else's money. Okay, this is spot. Okay, and yes, if you're wondering, we still have the band-aids, friends. Nipples will be tweaked and nipples will be pegged. So it's all still on. You just need Ethereum to stop being racist. Twitter, friends, as well. Twitter X, they've been getting attacked. They're being DDoSed. So apparently the IP addresses are coming from Ukraine, but you never know, man. There's always this psyops. Why is Elon getting attacked? It's very obvious. They're trying to silence me. They're trying to silence me because they knew I was going to post a world first Tulip emoji today. They knew. So look, they don't want Ethereum to bottom. It's a Tulip emoji now, bro. Like we're gone. You know what I mean? This is world first. I don't know if I'll ever be able to give the Tulip emoji again. Like that's wow. In some other good news that no one gives a shit about, SEC has stopped requiring crypto companies to register trading systems. Yay! The 40th piece of good news. It doesn't make prices go up. As I said, what people think is good news and think is bad news, it's not really what they think. Yeah. They're just, they're just little springs off a trend. You know, so that doesn't really matter. What matters is the wider cyclical force, the macro. That's what matters. That's what we've seen. The correlations and everything, they're heavier. Yeah, unless you get some world-changing, earth-shattering news, like Donald Trump says, if you don't buy altcoins right now, it's literally capital punishment for you. Like, unless it's something like that, okay, then everything else is pretty much slaves to the cycle. In news today as well, friends, so Tesla has dropped 15% today. It's trading like Jim Cramer was bullish on it. So here it is, taking a big swing, down 55%, like everything else pretty much. It's funny, it does look exactly like a lot of Morad's, the meme coins, friends. See, in December, it peaked. Isn't that interesting? The meme coins, super cycle coins, and Tesla peaked in December of last year. So that was exactly where it was. And they just start going down. But yeah, it's funny. They all work right. Everything's just an extension of each other. And like, that's why in crypto, friends, the thing is, if you, I know it looks garbage, I know, but if you want to make the most money, you take the riskiest bet on spot and then you hold the longest. That's altcoins. That's it. You sacrifice something though, okay? But I said you have to wait the whole time. You don't get access to your liquidity earlier. It's too thin. And you need all the traffic lights to go green. You need like 10 traffic lights to go green, and then you go up, you know? Bitcoin only needs like 5 traffic lights in the world. Yeah, Ethereum needs like 8. And once Ethereum needs 8, then something else needs 9. And then when you have 10 out of 10 traffic lights green, okay, altcoins go. And then they obviously end up the biggest return. But until that point, so you don't know when. That's the risk. You don't know how long you're gonna be unable to access your liquidity. But that's the risk you take, yeah? So if you did know how long it would take, it wouldn't be risky. You would not get the reward. Yes? People would not buy it up so high because they'd have no fear that's not coming down, right? And they would never sell it down so low as well, which is what you want. But if you want that never sell it down part, that's a defensive thing. So it is what it is, okay? It sucks, the risk part, but that's the game, friends. We only get these big moves precisely because no one knows how to predict this stuff. That's the only reason why. You see how it looks like now the 40 cycle is broken. Macro's still on track, but it looks like it. It feels like it. Yeah, but then eventually, one day, 1 century, we're going to get a move to the upside. It's going to feel like the 40 cycle is broken. That's why I've been talking about a white swan. Something that appears and everyone's like, oh my gosh, the 40 cycle is actually broken. Like, it's actually broken now. This is not the end, you know? So that's what is just a function of markets and cycles. And if you ignore these, you end up being a retailer. Okay, if you don't believe in that, you're doing the opposite. Yeah, because there's only 2 moves you can have, right? Either long or you're short. So if you're not betting on it going up, you're betting on it going down. Okay, so there's no like nice safe place to just go sit there, wait. That's what retailers want. They do want that nice safe place. You sit there with your cute little stable coins, and then when all the conditions are right, you buy some turbo leverage altcoins and they just spike up for you. No, you don't get that. What you do get though is some actual friendship. That's what you get, friends, right here. Right here. So what else are we gonna do? What else are we gonna do? Okay, now every single chart looks like it's cheap. This is the fear and greed index. I don't like using the fear and greed index because it's Twitter plus RSI candles plus combos of daily candles, and it's not reliable. But I mean, like anything that looks down is nice cope, right? So fear level 17, it's actually lower than July 2023. That's insane, right? That's insane. There's a lot of fear, but you understand why, because people think it's all over. They think Donald Trump is going to cause a recession and then it's all game over. And here's Mr. J Plush with a Tulip emoji as well. Remember, friends, this is the guy who destroyed the casino, and this is me coming out for one more hit. One more hit. ETH will turn out to be quite the coin, Mr. CBD. Quite the coin, yes. Quite the bull market we're having. Now, having some fun here. I'll fight anyone selling altcoins right now. Right now. So this guy, he's on Twitter. It's kind of funny. I don't know why he did this. It's hilarious. He found this picture of him. I think he was going on a TV show. And he got word someone was going to leak it of him, make fun of him. But what this guy did, I don't know who he is. I forgot his name. He leaked it first. And he said literally his tweet was like, go on world, go on. Make all the fun of me you want. Go on, I'm taking power. I'm taking control. I'm leaking this first. And as soon as I saw it, that was the first thing I thought of. He looks like one of those pee-wee guys in one of the, you know, like one of those American movies. You're sitting at the diner. He's like one of the cute kids that come out, the 16-year-old kids. It reminds me of in Simpsons Friends, the waiter guy with the pimply greasy face. So God, this is it. Do you remember this, friends? When Homer wants all the grease? This is exactly the kid it reminds me of right now. And then Homer goes up to him, he goes, my God, you're greasy. Oh, that's one of the good times. So I don't know why people do this. It's kind of funny. This stuff that appears and then it gets popular. This is the type of entertainment we basically have to sit through during these times. Now, what we've been witnessing, friends, let's play some angel music. Souls are floating up to heaven. I'm going to show you the liquidations for FTX comparisons and now. We have had more liquidations right on this move than FTX and Celsius 3 hours in the bear market. Wow. More liquidations. Wow, look at this number. It's bigger than the bear market. What the hell? Those were after 2 alt season waves. Yeah, so you got to think about this. This was literally after 2 alt season waves. Yeah, and $1 billion raises and PulseChain and PulseX sacrifice. And like we haven't even had any of that, and we're like already here. So that's another indication we're like overdone. But if you're curious, like why are the numbers? Why can you explain them high? Remember, friends, there are a lot of jeeters and new traders who think they're going to outperform holding. They're now trading Bitcoin more. So there's firms and there's funds and there's traders. They're trading that Bitcoin thing on the side, right? That's what they're doing now because it's bigger market cap and they're here to trade it and it's another cycle. And you know, Larry Fink, the lizard man is now talking about Bitcoin. So that's why a lot of the institutional interest is here. And that's why the volatility of Bitcoin's getting lower and lower over time. Liquidations. There you go, Mr. ESQ. Liquidations. Mr. Monty, it's not retail. The retail never came. But here's the thing, bro. It doesn't. We use retail. When we think retail, we literally think it's a nurse with like $400, and she's buying the top of an altcoin. But it's not really retail. I could just use retail synonymous with emotional money. Yeah, people who are going in the direction of emotions. That's emotional money, right? It's kind of like, oh, I like you. You're my friend. Let's hang out today. I go, oh, you didn't reply with a poop emoji to my messages. I don't like you, so I'm not going to call you tomorrow. You know what I mean? That's, if someone lived their life like that, you'd never be their friend. You're like, this guy's literally skits. Well, that's exactly what people are doing in markets now. You know, it doesn't matter how much money you have. You see? So that doesn't even matter if you're it doesn't matter if you're a president or you're a CEO or you run a charity, you know, or maybe you're a vet doctor. If you have that personality of literally you're bipolar, right? Super, super good on the good times and then super, super bad hatred on the bad times. Very, very unreliable. That's what you want to do. In markets, the best part is you can take the opposite sides of these people. You can literally take the opposite sides. So wouldn't it be amazing if each person had their own personal crypto altcoin and you came across someone in real life, you're like, man, this guy is never going to have a large group of friends. And you just waited for him to have like a group of 20 friends and his price chart's maybe $20 and you just get short on him because you're like, he's going to have no friends in the next 5 years. See what I mean? So you can't do that in the real world, but I mean, maybe one day we'll be able to, but in crypto we can. Now, friends, ultimately, I want to show you the most important of all, the macro. So these are charts from Raoul Pal. Macro is still in play. The cycle is still on. I know it looks trash. And trust me, if there's anything that changes, I will say, oh, wow, this thing's changed. It hasn't changed, okay? They're still on. All right. This is the business ISM with the implied Bitcoin pricing. Do you see how it's cyclical with this rate of change? Up and down, up and down, up and down. Okay, business ISM, look at this. It's curling up now. You see how it's curling up the black part? You know, and Bitcoin has obviously still had a poopy time. It's implied ISM rating, okay? So ISM is curling up. Remember, friends, we had a freak accident. What was a freak accident, right? It was just business conditions were just garbage. and they gave us one of the worst streaks of business ISM ever. This was 26 months. All right. And just to lower the racism count, I've changed these from days to months so you can see. Look at this. Cycle 1, 6 months, 12 months, 10 months under 50, right? And look at this, 26 months. So isn't it interesting, right? Look at this. Last year, March, we were about to flip green on the ISM. That's Ethereum got a spot ETF. Richard Hart buys Ethereum 3,950 or whatever it was, near 4K. We thought, okay, it's going to go okay. That was literally the top of the ISM reading. And then it came back down again. Okay. So now Donald Pump is now in and we're back above 50. Thank you. So 26 months. That's the freak accident. All right. That never happened before. In these cycles, you notice, friends, in these, Bitcoin dominance went down in their Bitcoin halving. Okay. So look at this. You can actually go back, friends. I'm going to show you because I know a lot of you have extreme forms of racism. Look at it right here. In 2012, my friends, in 2012, Bitcoin halving in the year, look at this, ISM was still 50 freaking 5 starting. Yes, it went back down. It went down by June, but that's why in 2012, Bitcoin dominance went down. You had Litecoin and other stuff appearing. Okay, you see that? And then look what happened. In 2016, look what happens. We rise above 50. This is Ethereum rallying. See that? It goes back to 52. Then we have the contraction failure. Look, it comes back by the end of the year. Look what happened in 2020, as you all know, friends. In 2020, we had zombie virus, but look what happens, friends. In June of 2020, ISM's now 52, and then 53. And then look at August, that was a DeFi peak. All right, I'm telling you now, this was DeFi season. 1, 2, 3. See that? That was the 90 days of big DeFi. Ample Fourth and Yams and all this other stuff moving up. That was it. Look at this. ISM, friends, is above 50. See the line I have here is 50. You see that? Look at our Bitcoin halving year. Yes, we had, look, ISM was freaking below 50 the whole year. Oh my gosh. Look how many dots, right? The whole year. Literally. And now we finally come back above it. You see? So ISM is, friends, remember, it's a survey of all the businesses around America. It's a Purchasing Managers Index, PMI. Yes. So they go to whoever's purchasing inventory for the company. They tell us, hey, are you above 50 line or below? Above 50 means you're expanding. Below 50, contracting. Yeah. And it's actually a forward-looking indicator for the economy. So we've just ticked up, right? We've ticked up last month. But it's not forward as in like right now. It's forward as in a couple of months ahead. It's like expanding on the way up. Now, it can fake out and do stuff, but it feels like, man, we spent 26 months on the way down. I don't think there's going to be a fake out. I think, man, that's enough. That's enough time to go. So now you see why, friends, this PMI being down here, this is Bitcoin pricing. Okay, so it's the same thing with like altcoins as well. Now, this is global M2. This is obviously the money supply. And then the black line is the last time Trump was in office. This is what happened. Okay, they just start printing, and that's exactly how it plays out. Okay, so we're expecting he does the same playbook. DXY comes down, China prints, tariffs and interest rates and everything just adjusts, and hopefully we continue for friendship. This is another chart, right? This is global M2. See the red line? That's where we are right now. This is global M2 with a 10-week lead. Shout out to Mr. Colin. Colin Talks Crypto. He just started doing this manually and he put the chart out. It was kind of funny. I mean, I've been doing this for like a year and a half. We've always known. I've been literally doing this for you. It's kind of funny. I was like, what? You literally just 1.5 years later, you finally discovered M2 goes up. There's around a 10-week lead on it. And crypto, the banana zone, that's Droll Powell's banana zone. It's just interesting how people's like, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Yes. Welcome. So we don't know where it's going to go from here, but hopefully the poopy time is done now. This is a Bitcoin log chart. The pitchfork line. If we go around the red line by the end of this year, 210,000. I know 412. Everyone wants that, but it's outside of our control. Remember, the Bitcoin Weekly SuperTrend. So we will see. Now, if you go back to the Bitcoin Weekly SuperTrend, friends, at the top, right, So this one was a freak accident, but you had some sort of complacency rally and you had a big move up. But if you go back to 2017, what ends up happening is, remember, there is alt season wave 1 peaks here. Okay, alt season wave 1 peaks there. Others BTC cracks up, comes back down, and then it goes up until it's finally done. When Bitcoin's done on the reversal, this others BTC cracks up again. Okay, on its crack up. So that's pretty much it. That's the final 50 days of euphoria there, and this I think was around the final 50 days of euphoria here. Okay, this is now others BTC. You can even see it, right? Others BTC went up here in 2021. Look at this, what it was doing in 2017, and I even did it in 2013. Okay, it's just weren't enough altcoins to really chart. But yeah, look where we are, man. This is down. It's just still down. So if you want to believe this time is different, okay, but this is what I'm still holding. I know DXY is coming down, tick. I know global liquidity is rising, just like 2016 Trump cycle, tick. I know the business ISM had a freak accident, 26 months in the red, and now it's actually green. It was green last month, also tick. So I know all those. But here's the thing, man. I know it's like, we don't want the altcoins to go this low, bro. Why are you still this down here? I don't know, man. That's market cycles, okay? Look, maybe by the end of it, we'll see ISM go down and altcoins still have another alt season. You know, like it happens on the upside as well. But I know, let's wait for that moment then. What's in store for the altcoins? I mean, PulseChain still pooped like everything else, friends. It's all about Ethereum, right? So there's no point pointing fingers at each individual coin. It's all about meth. Meth must crank, just like our friendship. Like, subscribe. Catch you soon.